For those old enough to know, back in 2001 there was a game known as Tribes which was much and beloved by the CTF community. Unfortunately in 2012 the series took a U-bend with Tribes Ascend and it fizzled away into the ether of the unknown. Then lo and behold, on my desk slaps down today a game known as Leap. And it came as a bit of a shock because it's made by Blue Isle Studios, the same team that did Citadel Forged with Fire, which was a game which was A, not received well by the community, and B, not really a high-paced octane FPS shooter. Anyway, the reason I bring up Tribes is because while I was watching the gameplay trailer, I noticed that there was the iconic disc launcher, and for those familiar with the Tribes series will know the weapon all too well. But yeah, Leap, it's a fast-paced, multiplayer, first-person shooter and supports up to 60 players. And the best news is, and as far as I can see, it's not a Battle Royale game for the first time in a little while. Now, there isn't that much to go on so far, apart from this little bit of footage and some tidbits from the developers. But this is what we know so far. There are classes and they all have unique class abilities. There are also a whole host of different powerful weapons. There is an emphasis on mobility, the maps are big and there is a lot of speed to be had. To do this you have a whole host of items, you've got grappling hooks, there's jetpacks and there's also a whole host of vehicles to go with that as well. There are hoverboards, there's also a mechanical moose which I absolutely love, and on top of this you also have a personalised vehicle known as a PV, which again suggests that the maps are going to be absolutely massive. There's also a skin system in this as well. Now I don't know if this is going to be free to play on release. I couldn't actually find anything at the time. And while it's not that revolutionary, I think it's probably worth noting that there probably is going to be an in-cash shop. There are some pretty big flashy abilities as well. There's the ability to call in an orbital laser strike, or if you prefer the more defensive option, then there's a support shield you can throw down and get behind. In terms of weaponry, there looks to be rocket launchers, there's ARs, grenade launchers, sniper rifles, disc launchers. There also seems to be high mobility melee weapons as well, as you can see people flying through the air using samurai swords to take down your opponent. There also seems to be drones that you can use, and if you look closely at some of the clips you can also see turrets that are included in the game. So potentially there could be some base versus base action as well. So far from the limited gameplay that I've seen, it looks fast, it looks fresh, and it looks like it could potentially be a whole load of hectic fun. The project is going to be released as early access, but I'll be honest, I'm super excited to see another game attempt to at least bring back some of the kind of fun that we used to have with Tribes and the more kind of larger scale Unreal Tournament-esque battles. Unfortunately, these types of games live and die by how big their community is. If the entry level play doesn't feel fun for beginner players and they just get crushed all the way through these deathmatch style games, then it's going to die relatively quickly. But I'm hoping it's going to have a great entry level system, the mechanics are going to be easy to pick up, and people won't feel crushed and overwhelmed when they get into the games. I think it's also probably worth noting though that this is probably the best time to release a game like this at the moment. You've got titles such as Halo at the moment, which are incredibly popular with their big battle systems, and you've also got a bit of a power vacuum at the moment because with the release of 2042 being an absolute disaster, there's a lot of people looking for new games like this to play. Either way, I'm very excited about this. I will be checking it out. I'll let you know as soon as I get more details on this. Let me know what you think. Check it out, watch it, thumbs up, thumb down. I want to know, but more importantly, have a great week everyone, and I'll be back with more news and reviews soon.